going to be kind of walking you guys through is basically turning websites into a recurring source of revenue. This can come from anything from managing WordPress for your clients, updating content for your clients, basically kind of keeping them always up to date, making sure they know what's going on, understanding that, having a website just sit there isn't really helping them with anything. So we're kind of going to go through and see, hopefully this definitely will help you. So the first thing, I am an IT and website consultant. My business name is H Grant Designs. I am located in Glen Rock, New Jersey. I am self-taught. Always been interested in tech. Been working with computers since I've been in high school. So kind of took this by storm and decided to take it and see what happens 6.5 years later. I am definitely still heavily involved, as you can tell, and still growing. Right now I provide support for over 70 websites and growing. When I mean support, I mean managing it, updating content, consistently checking with my clients, seeing if there's anything they want to do to their website, making sure everything is fully functional, and just making sure they're just kind of functioning, hosting, sort of all that kind of neat stuff. I provide IT support for over 400 residential and business clients. Anything from firewall setups to day-to-day operations to just making sure they have a quick question about email, anything in between. I am white labeled for website development by IT companies in both United States and Canada. That I white label about 4 or 5 different agencies. They basically hire me to do all their website work, and they hand it all their project off to me and all their management. So basically a few things that we're going to kind of be going over is changing your viewpoint, how to provide those long-term clients, providing choices to your clients, teaming up with others, what should you sell, a referral program, and better management from your side will actually help with customer happiness, which could also turn into long-term customers. So providing clients with options. Providing options enables an ongoing relationship where you can basically turn a client, if it's a one-off project, into showing, hey, we can take care of this. We notice that you're having trouble updating content. We notice you're logging in. How can we help with you? So you're going to want to coach them, understand exactly what's going on. So a couple options, which you can definitely do. What a support plan is, you can basically manage their WordPress site. So for instance, what we do for our clients is we manage their updates, in terms of managing WordPress's updates, managing plugins. We do this sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a week, depends on, how much is going on. Enhanced security. Basically what we do is we throw on WordFence for our clients, and we basically monitor what's going on. Anytime someone gets locked out, we kind of get a notification. So we're getting emails, 5, 6 times a day, depending on the site. And as soon as we see that an admin is, not admin, a user gets locked out, if it's a user that does not exist, we block it. And that usually does help. WordFence is a great free plugin, adds that kind of extra layer of security. Now, obviously, not everything is bulletproof, but it does help in terms of managing it to make the site a little bit more protected. As you know, everything can be hacked. So WordFence throws that extra layer of security on there and monitoring. And it's just a great free program. Provide reports. Basically what this does is that it will show your clients that, hey, you're paying me monthly to manage your site. And you basically show them how often you're updating your plugins, how often it's backing up. Can kind of show some ranking information, basically kind of keeps them in the loop. Another way what we do for under our managed WordPress plans is we actually upload their content for them. Just today, one of our bigger clients down in Maryland sent us an email saying, hey, we need to replace this document with this, can you kind of take care of it and let us know? It was a PDF, we uploaded it, sent them a link to check it out. 5 minutes later, okay, good, thank you. Kind of just like that, kind of peace of mind that they understand that they can just do it, we can do it for them so they don't have to worry and it gets done. Now, Managed WP is a great platform for your backups. There is a free option that will back up the websites monthly. So definitely if you're kind of wanting to throw your website in a backup, Managed WP is a great option for that. You have the ability to throw everything, all your websites in there, and it gets priced on per website. And then if you want to have it backed up daily or weekly, it's a $2 a website add-on. It's a management dashboard, so you can do all your updates, all of your, filter out your spam comments, everything. It's a management dashboard. I highly recommend it. It is a great platform. Support is pretty good. There's also a Facebook group dedicated for managed WP. So always people are commenting on there, helping one another. Now, another thing that you can sell to make your clients stay with you is hosting. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of our clients will say, hey, we want a website, and we're currently hosted with some random company that's costing them $400 a year. You offer them, hosting for say $100, $150, $200 a year. It's not going to cost you that much, I hope. But then you can kind of raise your price and say, hey, yeah, we can host it for you, X price. And then they stay with you for hosting, which may eventually lead to more hosting clients or a redo or a management. Hourly discounts. What we do for our clients is we basically present them with a bunch of options. And we say, listen, we don't think not going on a plan is not beneficial because, you can go on a plan. If you're updating content 4, 5, 6 hours a month, you're getting charged. Whereas if you go onto a management plan, you get a set amount of hours per month. Then after you hit that 3 hours a month or whatever it is in their plan, we give them a discount based on that. So if we say, for instance, we throw an hour for August, once they hit that hour, we say, hey, you hit your hour, this is what you have for it. Here's your discounted price. A lot of clients like that option because they know what they can budget for, how much work they have for that month, and so forth. Another thing that we also include for our clients, even if they're one-off jobs, we always will throw off Uptime Robot on there. And this has actually benefited us because we had a client whose website went down. We said, hey, we noticed your website went down. And they're like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Can you help me look into it? Turns out that they didn't renew their domain. That client said, oh, thank you so much. You've helped us. And they actually turned into one of our biggest clients in terms of management. And that Uptime Robot is free. For their free plan, I believe you get 50 sites free monitoring. And then their paid plan, I believe, is $50 a year, and you get up to 100 sites. But yet again, it's one of those options to make your clients turn into that long term. And it might not happen right overnight, but if you add that extra layer of protection for Uptime Robot, so they're always in the loop, they always know what's going on. Hey, we noticed your site was down. Hey, we noticed you're at this point. Definitely turning into a managed WordPress plan can definitely turn those clients who are kind of one-off jobs. And we customize our quotes per client, so we don't kind of have a flat rate per client. We basically look at how much content they're going to be updating, how much they're going to be doing, and so forth and so on. So this is a kind of another neat option, teaming up with others, which is what we do when we white label for IT guys. Others might provide services you don't, so you can kind of create your own little mini agency with not really having an agency. So here are a couple options. Like I mentioned, IT consultants, they can white label you. White label basically means that you give a price and they give it to their client. They mark it up or whatever they do, and they provide you all the work to you, and you get paid for doing the work, or they just say, hey, we're going to refer you, either or. IT consultants are a great source of website design. A lot of my IT clients didn't know I did web design. I started mentioning it. A lot of my IT clients now, I also do their website. You can provide support to their existing clients. This basically allows you to, if their clients have WordPress sites, they can start saying, hey, you notice you have a WordPress site. We notice that there's this going on. Let's handle it for you. And then you basically kind of get your foot in with them. Helps their business grow as well. And then, you can kind of also offer IT services. Hey, I have an IT guy. I don't really know, what your issue is. Let me put you in touch with him. So you kind of like work in tandem. Other website developers, you can also work with other website developers who maybe better than you at something. And there's like our group, there's plenty of knowledge out there. Everyone is pretty much willing to help us. And they might not want to do website management. They might just like building it, and they don't really have an interest in managing the website, and they rather give it to you so you guys can handle it. And at that point, you make some money, they make some money, and everyone's happy. Also, you have ideas that you can bounce ideas off of. This is great. I can't tell you, I use Cam, Mike, Jason all the time. If I get stuck or something, or even our help desk, it's always great to have that kind of next web guy in your pocket, just so you can understand, where you're going wrong or something else that you may have. Graphic designers. Many graphic designers do not do websites. This is another great white label option. They can start offering website design through you, and you can also use them for design, advice. Hey, we need logos for this, or hey, we need icons for this. So it's definitely a great area. Graphic designers is a great area. You never know when you're going to need a logo or when your client's going to need a logo right in the door. Photographers, again, another white label option. If you need some kind of nature pictures, or you need something like that, they can also put your name in face of potential clients. So basically, all these kind of options are great. Definitely teaming up with others has helped us grow. It's just a neat option that, in terms of that white label, once again, you can set a price for white label people and up like that. So this is a question that we get asked all the time from IT guys, graphic designers. What exactly should we be selling? Because obviously you want to make money, you don't want to go crazy. Monthly support plans, website plans, as I mentioned before, are a great, neat option. Minimal cost, and you can definitely provide that service for your clients and have the ability to have that constant contact. Play on words there. With your client, so you can actually understand their needs, help them, and understand what their goals are for their website. Is it just they want a presence? Do they want something where, they're always updating content? Do they want blogging? So it's definitely a way for you to understand. Social media plan. A lot of our clients don't even have any kind of social media presence, so they basically have us do their social media for them. And we basically come up with ideas, we post together, and we have schedules. So then they know that they're being on top of their social media. They can get updates from their interactions. People can share their links, so forth and so on. This has helped a lot of my clients' businesses grow, believe it or not, because they're posting on social media. And they've actually gotten compliments. Oh, we noticed that you're posting more on social media. Who does your social media? Why are you guys posting more? So it opens up that door for my clients to get us more clients. Online review campaign. This is another great avenue for you to sell to your clients. What basically this means is just like it sounds. You can definitely get Facebook reviews, Google reviews, Yelp reviews if you wanted to. Basically what it is, you asking your client's current clientele for reviews. On social media, and especially today and age with everything going on in the world, online reviews are everything. And even it basically allows you to monitor those reviews. Someone writes a bad review, put it, you can text your client, email your client, or however you communicate with them saying, hey, how do we want to respond to this? And all these customer service, another level. So now this is a really, really, really neat idea, which we've actually started doing in the last 6-7 months. Reseller of plugins and services. You can basically become a reseller of domain names. I know Namecheap goes through something called Commission Junction. And every domain you sell, you get a couple bucks. I mean, everyone needs a domain name. New client, couple easy bucks, just refer a domain name. Easy link. We have all of our referral partners, all their links on a page on our website. So we basically send that link to our clients and have them buy their domain or link. Gravity Forms is another great option. Contact form. One we find that Gravity Forms is great to work with. Some of our clients just rather buy the license for it themselves. That's great. They buy that license and we get a couple bucks just for them clicking a link and signing up. Nice and easy. Now it's not a yearly money that comes in, but it's for a couple bucks. I believe for each one of their levels, they have 3 different tiers. You get 20%. So it's nothing, nice couple bucks here and there. Beaver Builder is another great referral source. It's a page builder just like Visual Composer or Elementor, just another one just like that. But like again, get a couple bucks for just someone clicking on a link. Hosting platforms. A lot of hosting platforms will have referral programs. SiteGround is one. They give for each referral, you get $50 for $50 for each referral website. So if you have 10 clients and they sign up, you get $50 per site, and their pricing is actually tiered. So I think it's 10 a month, you get more money. And I know a lot of people who actually will rely on that SiteGround for recurring menu. So that's definitely an option. Just keep selling hosting plans. Theme Forest, which is basically comprised of Code Canyon, themes. You can actually become a reseller of their platform as well. And this also obviously allows for a couple bucks here and there. And that works. A lot of people have that ability where they want to just resell and make their recurring source that way. So definitely you can still have a WordPress care plan and have your clients buy the licenses, and then if something does go sideways, they don't kind of lose any of their license. Now website optimization. Here is another great plan. Some clients often say, our website's slow. What can we do to make it better? So we basically kind of give an audit of the website. Hey, you have 40 plugins, 20 of them aren't outdated, are outdated, so forth and so on. And it basically allows us to optimize the website to make it fully functional in terms of loading and working properly. And this gives us that next leeway to making them come into the ability to become a monthly support plan where, hey, we need this updated. We're not sure if the image is up, optimized. How can we make our site better? So that can be a build on to your monthly support plan, or it could be its own plan. That's what a lot of website gives us the ability to do, where it has the ability to mix and match. You might say, hey, from this month we might do this, and next month let's do this. So a lot of give and take, but I definitely suggest doing monthly support plans. It allows for that constant interaction, and like I said, a couple bucks makes money. Referral program. Now, referral program is definitely allows you for more long-term clients. There's a couple options that we use almost on a daily basis. Use for colleagues. Can you use for people within a networking group or other colleagues? If you're currently in a networking group, you can say, hey, I would really appreciate if you refer us to some of your clients, and vice versa. That seems to work well. It also provides your colleagues another person that they can trust. And when we say maybe some kickback, what we do for our referrals, any kind of referral, we basically ask, how do you find us? How do you hear about us? And we give 20% to whoever refers us, whether it's an IT client or someone. We always give that 20% to make it show like, wow, we just made a sale for them. Let's get 20%. So it always kind of keeps them coming back and allows you to get a new website, potential WordPress plan, potential SEO plan. So it opens the doors, use your colleagues, and allows you to actually use them for their services as well. So if you need something like an IT guy, for instance, and you don't want to do it, they might give you a discounted price or something because you have that working relationship with them from your website. Use for other website developers. This allows you to only work on certain elements of the build. It allows you to do less work while you're still collecting some money. And also process and procedures. You can basically, hey, I'm going to focus on 1, 2, 3, 4. You take 5, 6, 7, and 8 and get a website done quicker, and start collecting on that process, and just working with others. And it goes back to that teaming up with others, where you can always work together, team up, and provide that work. So then you can also make some money. Your client makes some money eventually from the good website and your referral source. Definitely, referral program works well. So this is kind of this is something that we've stride on. I can't tell you how many times we have changed management softwares, project management, trying to figure out what works well for us and our clients, and we're still working on it. The better that you are organizing, the happier the clients will be. So there are a lot of ticketing softwares out there. We actually are using something called Synchro, which is based for IT guys or IT people. But definitely Repair Shopper is their non-IT one, but it can be used for anyone, so definitely a great option. Freshdesk is another one. Help Desk, Zendesk, Teamwork Desk. All these ticketing softwares allow you to have constant communication with your clients. Your client has an issue, they email in, it goes right into your ticketing board, and you communicate with your clients right then and there. You have the ability to upload images, time track, and also have the ability, some might not, but have the ability to create your invoices. You can collect payment. So it's a nice area so you can kind of keep organized instead of going through your email. Oh, I didn't miss that email. Oh, I'm sorry, this missed it. Keeps all your tickets, and everything should be ticketed. This way, if you need to look back in 2 years and say, no, we said we were going to talk about this in 2 years from now, and it's that time. So it definitely gives you that ability to kind of keep organized. Team communication. If you're working with other developers, other IT guys, you want to have that constant communication with whoever, whether it's your client, like IT guys. Slack is a great one. That's what we guys use. I use Teams with a bunch of agencies. That's through Microsoft. Always that constant communication. Actually, this morning, working with one of our agencies up in Canada, their client sent them some information and we didn't understand it. We jumped on a quick 10-minute call. It goes, okay, let me ask the client. That was that. Came back later, said, okay, this is what we want. So always that constant communication, even if you don't hear from them, just to check in. It's always good, checking with whoever you're working with, just to say, hey, where's my content? Or, hey, here's where we are at the current build. Project management. Now, this is where we see a lot of agencies struggle. There's one called Basecamp. There should be a comma after Asana because Trello is one as well. There's Teamwork and Jira. We've used Basecamp for another agency. Basecamp is great. Asana is pretty good. Trello isn't bad. We are currently using Teamwork. We like Teamwork specifically because it allows for files to be uploaded, allows for time tracking, it allows for the ability for your clients to send an email and it gets tracked. You can respond to email, files, links, notebooks, comments. So it's very powerful and allows for everything to be in one location at one time. Jira is very similar as well. I believe a couple of guys in our WordPress use Jira, but definitely, project management is probably the biggest thing a lot of companies struggle with. And I think ticketing software along with project management go hand in hand because PM work works well with ticketing software. And that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys, and I guess we'll take any kind of questions.
Thanks, Howard. Let's take a look at what we have. Lewis asks a question. I use Jira, but I have trouble seeing how it could be functional with the Git Bitbucket integration.
I don't use Jira, so
Jira works since it's the same company, it works very well with Bitbucket. For instance, where we use it, it's like if I have a pull request of the same branch, it keeps everything very nice, like linked and tracked. So I'm able to go very easily between a pull request on a branch that has the same name of a ticket. So we it makes it very easy to find any code that had gone out that's tied to a ticket for me. I don't know if that answers your question, Lewis, but I hope it does.
I'll take Candace. Candace asked, I would like to know about Amazon referral program. Can you tell me how that works? So we've looked into Amazon referral program and they've actually changed how they work. It used to basically you would have a referral program and you get your links, you can send it to people and people buy, and it works like that. Recently, they changed it to where you basically have a store on your website and it basically is supposed to drag random people into your website and they click your link. So you can't just send the link to people because they track it. I don't know how they track it, but they track it. So you can't have your friends and family buy links off your Amazon store because you won't get credit for it. So that's pretty much what the Amazon's referral program works like. I don't know if that's exactly what your question is, but I know that they did recently change how they work. Bud asks, do you have a contract with your maintenance clients? Absolutely. We always will have a contract with our clients, just basically showing that what we're going to be doing for them, showing how often we're going to be doing work, what are we responsible for, and even if it's somebody who only has us doing a website build and then 3 months later they come back to us and say, hey, we really want a maintenance plan, automatic contract, just so they can understand exactly on what they're covered for, what we're going to be doing, and we're very transparent. So we basically put everything into the contract, and basically we renew every year. This way, they might have an issue in a year that they can't afford it. So we always renew every year. We might make some alterations, but 100% always have a contract with any of your clients. Candace asks, thank you for that. What about allowing company to run ads on your site? What about ads in your newsletter? Could you provide tips on this? Sure. So definitely you can add companies to you can definitely have companies to run ads on your site. That would be something like Google Ads or something like that. You can even put them on your newsletter. You basically have to have the ability to track them. So then if you are having an ad on your site, you have the ability to know how many people are clicking that, how many people are buying, how many clicks. It works. It just depends on what you're providing. A lot of companies rely on that ad revenue. You can definitely allow it on there. That's absolutely not a problem. It just depends on the content. Susan asks, I'm looking to sell downloadable content. Has anyone found a good payment method? We love Stripe. I think Stripe is a great online payment method. It integrates right with WooCommerce. And this is what we also use for our IT companies. There's no monthly cost with Stripe. I believe the processing is 2.9% plus 30 cents. So it definitely does work. It works really well. They pay right through there. And you also have the ability to invoice right through Stripe as well. So Stripe is definitely a good payment method and integrates perfectly with WordPress. Ignacio asks, is it possible to create recurring revenue with email marketing? That's a good question. It just depends on what your goal is. If you are creating a paid newsletter, something like, let's just say, The Athletic, little different avenue, but The Athletic is a paid subscription for sports. But they have the ability they send newsletters and you sign up for it. So it all just depends on what your end goal. I definitely don't see it not being a recurring revenue. It just depends on how you set it up, how people will use it. Email marketing, you can definitely throw links in there. We have a client who does a lot with other companies, and she goes, "Oh, let's if you get 25 likes or purchase through our newsletter, we'll give you a kickback." So it definitely depends on how you're doing it. Suzanne, thanks for answering. Checking while I think of it. Okay, well that just disappeared.
That was it looked like spam, so I deleted it.
Okay. Eric, I stopped screen sharing because the slideshow was over.
I don't think it was spam. I think she says she's a photographer. And
no, there was another one.
Oh, was it a different Suzanne?
Yeah, okay. There was something in there.
Okay.
It was something with a Google Drive link, but I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't click on that.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I clicked on it. It was clearly spam. It was like ads.
Do you know
for
who
like
the
downloading.
person was so you can kick them out?
It's under the dismiss. No,
that's all right.
Actually,
yeah, I kind of.
No, I deleted it, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. She said she's not spam, but.
Well, it looked like spam.
Sorry.
I mean, it was. I clicked on it. It was a link for like downloading or like buying like flash drives or something.
Yeah, I'm who knows? Let's see what else. Okay. Candace asks, I am an author and think giving away a free book to build up my list so I can increase email list. Have you ever done that? Absolutely. Absolutely. We have a client who has an ebook that she often does have coupon codes and so forth on her website, or through MailChimp or somehow. She says, hey, you buy X and you get, my ebook free. Definitely, that's a great way to increase your email list. So she basically, like I said, what she does is she promotes on her Facebook, hey, you buy a booking session with me and you get one ebook free. So you can definitely do that, and that does definitely increase her email list. And she has definitely increased her mailing list just based on that. You can also, for an ebook, you can definitely post it, in different groups. Say, hey, here's my free ebook if you're interested. And that's actually how a lot of people get clients. They say, sign up to get my free ebook. A lot of website places will do that. Sign up to get our ebook and, our free ebook. And then you're on their mailing list. And then you're on there until you sign off. It's definitely great, especially if you are trying to increase revenue, if you're trying to increase your brand. I definitely think a free ebook is definitely the way to go. Absolutely.
A lot of people also do like white papers and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely do a campaign through MailChimp, through Constant Contact. Send in Blue, I think, is another one. There's so many out there, but absolutely.
So I would, Suzanne, whoever posted that link to Google Drive, I would not try to sell something electronically on a flash drive. That's a huge mistake. I think you should use something like easy digital downloads, and a lot of people will download a PDF.
Kimmy asks, Stripe integrates well with WordPress, and what else? Stripe integrates well with WordPress, WooCommerce. It integrates with a lot of other platforms. Are you asking for a specific area or just what it integrates well with? I don't know if you're still with us, but definitely.
Or I read it as like what else other than Stripe integrates with WordPress.
Yeah, that's Stripe is good. Square as well. Authorize.net. I know that I said integrates well with WordPress and WooCommerce. Maybe that's what you were missing. I don't know.
Stripe also has a standalone plugin, I know.
Yeah, definitely a standalone. And Kim, you can also send your invoices through Stripe. We do that. Stripe has the ability to make recurring invoices as well. Okay, thank you for. Candace says, thank you for your comments on the topic using ebook to gain email subscribers. Most of the email companies such as MailChimp require Ambush. Have you used their virtual offices? How do I do a good one? I don't have a virtual office. The only thing I have at virtual is my office number, which is a VoIP connection. But definitely, I don't really. Do you guys know anything about virtual offices? I don't. Can you recommend, Scott asks, can you recommend a free mailing list program to host on a VPS or a plugin, or should I go with one of the paid known ones, just starting out? That's totally up to you. I don't know of any open source mailing list programs that you can put on the VPS. We usually recommend our clients something like MailChimp or Constant Contact or Send in Blue because we know they work. They work. I know MailChimp has a free plan. And if you're and the free plan goes up to 2,000 people. So if you're getting more than 2,000 people, that's something you definitely want to pay for. That's totally up to you, Scott. I definitely would start out with like MailChimp on their free plan. And you can always change platforms from there. There's nothing that really stops them. Okay, Jack. Okay. Jack mentions there are self-hosted mailing systems that you can install on your host/site. Okay. So yeah, I don't.
Yeah, there's a WordPress plugin called MailPoet, which does a pretty good job.
Okay.
But you'll often need, if you're doing a lot of email from your server, you're going to probably want to use something like a SendGrid account.
Yeah.
To MailPoet.
Yeah,
If you want to offload all of that, you can go to MailChimp or Constant Contact, both of which have pretty good WordPress plugins.
Jerry asks, do you have any advice on setting up workshop series, setting up a course, for example, that is pay-per-video or something similar? I mean, there's you can definitely do a course. LearnDash is one that I think works with WordPress. LearnDash is available. There also are some non-WordPress sites that work as well. But definitely you look into LearnDash. That works. You can also do products. You can definitely do a flow with WooCommerce. So you have, class 1, and then you can buy class 2, class 3, etc. So you can definitely set up a course through WordPress. That's absolutely, we don't have, I've never done a workshop through that. We've done it where clients will buy workshops, they'll buy courses individually, but not a full virtual course. But definitely it is possible. I believe it's LearnDash. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it is. Ooh, Ignacio. Okay, I recently moved on from Ring Central. Can you please recommend another virtual phone service? Ignacio, we can definitely do. There are so many out there. You got Net2Phone is one. You have Net2Phone. You have Vonage. You have Nextiva. Ignacio, feel free to PM me. I don't want to I can go on for hours about that. Feel free to join our Slack. I can definitely kind of lead you down the right path.
I'm gonna post the Slack.
Yeah, Suzanne, same thing.
And I think phone.com is actually a New Jersey company. If you want to look into them too.
Net2Phone. I think you're thinking of. Net2Phone is based in Wayne. I'm a reseller of them as well. But yeah, Ignacio, we definitely can talk. Suzanne, I'm interested in social media. We can definitely speak as well. Jack, yeah, there are several that are free and paid for WordPress. Just forget the names of them. If you want to kind of throw some out there, we can definitely go over them. But there are so many out there. Just gotta kind of find them. No worries, Ignacio. Absolutely no worries. Yeah, but they're talking about there. Just kind of got to find one that works for you. Just like WordPress, finding what works for you and what doesn't work. And our help desk will definitely be helpful.
I just posted the link, wpmontclair.org/Slack. That will, by adding your email address to that form, it will add you to our Slack account. That plugin is courtesy of Jason Lawton.
Just don't look at the source code.
You said there's a nonce now, right?
No, I figured out how to do it for something else, and I need to update that code.
Okay.
But, I actually wanted to touch on someone asked about Jira before for client work, and Mike, you talked about using it as like kind of more developer-y with Bitbucket and whatnot. But like I use Jira with some clients more with like the Kanban option where there's like you have multiple columns, where there's like a backlog, a to-do, a working on, a in review column, and then like a done column. And so, as you move something to in progress or working on it, and so then it's assigned to you. And then when you're done with it, you can move it to, in review, and then it gets assigned to the client, and then they get an email about, saying, hey, this ticket has been assigned to you. And then they go and look at it and they're like, okay, Jason finished this task. I'll go and review it, whatever, and then, get some back and forth going with that. So that's just like the other way to use Jira. You can use Jira in a lot of ways, like a lot of these, project management, task management things. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that.
If you have a sprint board with multiple developers or whatever, it gives like, if you're running like, a typical like 2-week sprint, if you're doing like Scrum instead of Kanban, you can get a good visual of like how the sprint is going on at any given moment, just based on those columns to see how far along tickets are and what state, what stage they're in. So it's really helpful just, at a glance, even just at a glance, knowing, where everything is. Suzanne, just there's some more questions.
Yes,
I don't know.
Ignacio and Suzanne, please join our Slack. You can definitely communicate over that way. We can definitely talk.
Howard, just mark the ones answered live that you've answered already, so we know which ones still need to be answered.
I answered one from Jack about LMSs. It's in the, I typed the answer.
Okay.
Lots of typos.
I think, does anyone else have any other questions? There's two in the other store, but I think it's answered. No, got the movement done. Suzanne sent a Slack request. Doesn't it get thrown in automatically if you send a request in?
Yeah, you should get an email with the link to join the Slack channel.
Cool. Does anybody else have any questions that they have for Howard or just anything in general before we close the meeting for the evening? Cool. Well, Howard, thank you very much for that great presentation. Thanks for everybody who attended and asked some really great questions and got some good conversation going on. Again, in 2 weeks, we are going to have a WordPress Hangout, which is a different format than this. In that format, everybody can have their video and their audio on and just talk about whatever. It's just a hangout for like-minded WordPress folks to hang out, have a beer, and or whatever else you like to drink, and just chat with each other. So that will be happening in 2 weeks. It's on a Monday, so I don't know which date that is right off the top of my head. I have too many windows. So today's the 13th, so that will be on the 27th. So I'll be sending something out soon, so y'all can RSVP on that. Again, check out our Slack. We're always talking there. It's a great way to stay in communication between the different between the meetups. So I encourage you to join that. And yeah, that's it. Howard, Jason, Cameron, you guys have anything else you want to add in closing?
There's a couple of people put in the Q&A that they felt a little lost or they came in late. Any questions, just feel free to join our Slack. You can easily find me on there, and more than happy to answer any questions.
We also recorded this,
Right.
so Pam, whose account this is, she'll be sending us the video. So anybody that missed it, we'll post it up in the Slack or on this meetup. For anybody that missed a part or just missed the beginning, can catch up and see what they missed. And then, of course, you could ask any questions in the Slack and meetup, etc. Yeah. Cool. Well,
David's asking how many people are here.
How many people are here?
At one point, we had 50 or 50.
We had 55.
50.
We had 55 at the height. We're down to 38 right now.
Our meetup is around 1,700, 1,600, something like that, members. And we're starting to get a lot of traction from people outside the northern New Jersey area because we're all virtual now. So we're getting people from Washington and the West Coast as well. Our virtual meetups are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I think we're going to continue to do this even when we're able to go back in person. We'll likely have a virtual meetup every now and
Jack
then.
just tried joining Slack, and it says it failed.
Well, that's Jason's fault.
Yep.
Nice. You can also just send us your email somehow. Send us a message. Send us a message in Meetup. I don't know how this stuff works.
Yeah, you can send us a message in Meetup with your email address. Just requesting to be added to Slack, and we could do it. We could do it manually for you as well if the plugin fails.
No, it's failed.
Yep. So no, it's failed.
Yeah.
So you can email either like message either myself, Cameron, or Jason on.
Yeah, and Ignacio's also on that issue. Good job, Jason.
Hey, it's been working for a while. It's getting so much traffic from it's getting overloaded from all the interest that your talk generated.
Maybe if you wrote a unit test for it, you would have called whatever
software.
You made.
What? But it worked. It worked. Yeah, someone else it didn't. It worked. So I don't know. Jason, you broke it.
Yeah.
There you go, Naomi. Naomi's got my back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Jack is saying this site can't be reached. WPNNJ.org took too long to respond.
All right, well, that's the website.
So whose fault is that?
That's actually Cameron's fault.
Just passing the blame around.
How was that my
joined.
fault? How was that my fault?
It's on WPN, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Ignacio said it's not a link, but getting an email could be deleted.
It loads for me. Maybe your DNS. Maybe your maybe your ISP.
Famous answer.
It's probably your ISP has like shitty cached DNS records.
Won't fix.
Works for me, it won't fix. Closing.
But yeah, like we said, just send an email through Meetup if you have trouble, and we will get you in the Slack. We like our Slack community. It's very big, and so it's a lot of good stuff going on in there.
Well,
so.
Hey, Jack, don't use WPNNJ.org. That domain is dead. Use
WP Montclair.
WPMontclair.org/Slack.
Yeah.
Oh, does it have the wrong? Well, whatever. All right, we don't have to troubleshoot it while we're recording a presentation.
Cool. All right, everyone. I'm cutting it off now.
Yep.
Cool. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks a lot.
You got it. Have a good one.
Bye. Thanks, Howard.
Thanks.